It's your girl Patricia and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see from the title and the thumbnail, today your girl is back with a 3-month post-op BBL Q&A. Oh my gosh. You guys, this video is long overdue because as of today, it's been 3.5 months since your girl got a BBL procedure done in Miami. And I know you guys have so many questions that I wasn't able to answer in the other videos. And so I did ask on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you are. But I did put a Q&A box on my Instagram so that you guys can submit all your questions. And I also did post on YouTube as well. And so I have a whole list of questions that you guys wanted to know, and so I'm gonna answer all the questions, and we're just gonna get right into this video because I know it's gonna be super long, and I just really wanted this to be a detailed video because there's just so much body after BBL. Because like I said, I am 3 months, and even up to this day my body is still constantly changing. But you know what, we're just gonna get right into the Q&A. The first question someone asks is, how can I prepare myself in general before surgery? Supplements / nutrition. So before getting a BBL, it is very important that you begin to prepare yourself as early as possible. Like, as for me, once I put my deposit down for my surgery, that's when I mentally and physically begin to prepare my body. Like, for instance, I knew that I wanted to gain weight because I wanted more fat for my fat transfer, and so that's when I began to put on 15 pounds, began to eat more. And then once I got closer to my surgery, like I want to say maybe like 2 months out, I began to take supplements. And some of the supplements that I took was iron, turmeric, vitamin C, folic acid, and yeah, I think it's just those 4 that I begin to take. And so it's very important that you do take your vitamins. I am going to list all the vitamins that I took down below. It's going to be in my Amazon store. But some of the things that you do want to begin to do to prepare yourself before surgery is, if you are interested in gaining or losing weight, begin to do that. Begin to put on that weight, or begin to go to the gym and work out before surgery, because you want to give yourself as much time before as possible. And that's another thing too. I would kind of like, I booked my surgery maybe like 5 months in advance. I feel like that's a really good time frame because you want to give your body time to actually prepare. So take your vitamins, work out, gain or lose weight. You can eat healthy, but as far as for me, because I was trying to gain weight, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't eating the healthiest, but I was taking my vitamins. And so, you know, eat right, vitamins, eat right, work out, gain weight, lose weight, and you will definitely be okay. Question number 2, we need the tea on compression. Yes, sis. You know what? I have to do a whole separate video on compression, but as you guys can see right now, I am in my faja. I'm actually in the last hook because, which I kind of talked about this in my faja video, but I went and I shipped my faja off to the faja doctor, and so she made my faja into a 24-inch waist. And so I'm in my faja compressing, and so sometimes I wear my foams underneath my faja. But it is very important to compress after surgery, and you want to make sure that that faja is snatching your waist. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Once I began to get back to work and get into the groove of things, I did take a break from wearing my faja, just because you know, I was out and about. I'm in Miami. I'm gonna be real with you guys. This is what I did. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys to do it as well, but I'm just telling you guys my journey. I went into my stage 2 faja like 4 days after. I made sure that I wore my foams. I made sure that I compressed like crazy, especially that first 6 weeks. That is very crucial. You want to be in your faja 24/7 with your foams, okay? You want to make sure that your faja is compressing you. You don't want it to be too loose on you. And as I begin, I want to say maybe like 3-4 weeks post-op, I did ship off this same faja to the faja doctor so that it can get altered, because I really wanted that really snatched waist look. And like I said, I was in my faja all day, every day. And as of today, even though I'm 3 months post-op, I'm still back in my faja 24/7 unless I'm at work, because my birthday is a month away. And so I'm not playing, because we need to make sure that this waist is staying snatched, okay? Like, faja life is really a thing. Like, it's really a thing. Like, be prepared to wear a faja for at least 1 year after surgery, because baby, it is no joke. And so I am going to do a whole video on compression once I get my waist down to the 24-inch. Right now it's like at a 25.5-inch, and so much to say. And if I talk everything about compression, it's going to take up the entire video. So question number 3, Have you experienced any fat loss so far in your healing journey? Did you lose a lot of fat? Do you still have hips? Now, I have experienced fat loss. Everyone's going to experience fat loss. That look that you get off the surgery table is not going to be a permanent look. Like, you're very swollen after surgery. Your hips, your butt, everything is just so swollen, so big. And a lot of women do fall in love with that swollen look, because I did. But you guys, it does eventually go away. And just for reference, just because I have been measuring my whole my body and everything, right after surgery my hips was at a 45, and right now my hips is at a 43. So yes, I did lose 2 inches off of my hips, but it is bigger obviously than when I went to surgery. But I lost 2 inches, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, because I really love that 45-inch hip look. But my hips, obviously obviously now I still do have hips, but yes, I did lose 2 inches, and that's just something that you just have to deal with. And that's why a lot of doctors, they don't really like wish pics or any of that stuff, because a lot of the girls that you try to use as examples or try to use for wish pics, they have multiple rounds. And so fat loss is just something that's gonna happen. I think they say you lose 30% of the fat, so be prepared for that. Do not fall in love with your swollen look. But yes, your girl did lose fat, and it's just like, no, like seriously, because I just was so in love with the swollen look. I'm just like, what? But obviously I still love my body now. It looks amazing. I love it. Question number 4, does the booty jiggle? Did it immediately jiggle? How long until it's not stiff? And how long until I can sit? So my booty begins to jiggle and become soft. I want to say like 5-6 weeks post-op is when your butt begins to feel really soft. But now I'm at 3.5 months post-op, and it's super soft. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's not soft, but it's soft. So it's not the softest that it can be, but it's pretty soft, and it does jiggle a lot. Like, they didn't put a foreign object in your butt. It's your natural fat, and so it's gonna move and jiggle like how a regular natural butt would, because it's still your fat back there. If you guys know what I mean. Like, a lot of people like to talk like a BBL is like a foreign object in your butt, but it's not. It's like your natural body fat. So the butt does jiggle like a natural butt will. But because I do have tight skin on my butt, my skin still do feel a little tight back there. But as the months go on, it will begin to get soft and soft and soft, because like I said, this is an entire big healing journey, and they say it takes like up to a year for you to see your final results, and you know, for everything to actually settle in, the swelling and all of that. And so just keep that in mind. But to answer your question, 5-6 weeks is when the booty begins to get soft, jiggle, and you good to go. Whatever activities you're trying to do, you're gonna be good. Okay. Question number 5, recovery house or Airbnb? Okay, so as you guys can see from my BBL vlog, I did stay in a recovery house, but I only did that because I kind of didn't have a choice. And so I will always pick an Airbnb. Like, if you have someone that can take care of you, you trust the person, you know they're gonna do a good job, and you know everything's gonna be smooth, then Airbnb, I will always pick an Airbnb. Like, if you have someone that can take care of you, you trust the person, you know they're gonna do a good job, and you know everything's gonna be smooth, then Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Airbnb will be the better option, because you're in your own space, you have a loved one there or whatever. But if you're kind of like me, where you may have someone but you don't know if they're gonna be responsible enough, or you're kind of on the fence, or you know. And another reason why I stayed at a recovery home too is because I was just like really nervous for the surgery, and I just wanted to be around people that have experience with patients after BBL. Because think about it, if I have someone that doesn't know anything about surgery around me, you know, that doesn't know, like, they may freak out, they see a lot of blood. What if I had a complication? They're not gonna know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these are things you have to keep in mind. Another thing is, when I stayed at the recovery house, they cooked 3 meals for me a day. And every single day that I was there, I was eating a different meal every single breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had something completely different. Let's be real. If I was staying at an Airbnb, like, nobody would have been waking up, cooking me breakfast, lunch, dinner, something different on the menu every single day. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest, I feel like it's pros and cons to each one. You kind of just have to weigh your options. But it's just pros and cons. And so, do I regret staying at a recovery house? Do I regret staying at a recovery house? Absolutely not. But not to expect. So that's why I just want to be around, you know, well-trained people that was experienced, because I was just like overthinking and super scared and super nervous. So I'm like, I need to be around professionals that have experience with surgery patients. So that's really my main reason. But now that I've been through the whole BBL process and I realized that the recovery is not as bad, like, you know, I could have honestly came home like maybe 2-3 days after, because I do live in Florida. And so but it's just pros and cons. You just kind of just have to weigh your options. But I do not regret staying in a recovery house. But I just know next time, if I was to do this all over again, then an Airbnb will probably be my choice. Question number 6. When does your stomach soften up? So I want to say around, well, what's very important is your massages. If you're getting your massages like you're supposed to, your stomach is going to soften up much faster. If you don't have any fibrosis or any of that, maybe like 6 to 8 weeks, your stomach will begin to feel super soft. Just make sure that you are continuing to massage. Even now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I have been, you know, getting wood therapy and going back into getting my lymphatic. I'm trying to stay on top of all this because I want to keep a soft stomach. I want everything to, you know, stay smooth and nice. And so I just feel like as long as you are taking care of your body the way that you're supposed to, like 6-7 weeks, your stomach will begin to feel real soft. Question number 7. How can you find out about debts doctor have had / costs? Well, it's super easy. Most of the time, if you just Google the doctor name, then it'll come up on Google. If not, you can look on Real Self. You can look in plastic surgery groups, like type in a name. You can ask around. Like, you just have to really do your research and put the time in to do your research. Because a lot of times when a doctor have a death, it's not really I'm trying to think. I don't really think it's so hidden, just because, you know, the surgery community is pretty big. And so whether it's like in a surgery group, I'm pretty sure they probably have a surgery group that's dedicated to exposing doctors that have, you know, caused complications or deaths. So you have to take the time out. They even have like Instagram pages that's dedicated to it. But Google is going to be your #1 best friend. Like, Google your doctor's name and type death after it, you know. And, you know, if there's any malpractice or anything, then it will definitely pop up. But Google surgery groups, Instagram surgery groups, surgery community, like, it's just a lot. But it is very important to actually do your research on this, because, you know, you just want to make sure that the entire process is very smooth for you. Question number 8. Pain, discomfort, able to sleep comfortable. So question number 8, they're asking about the pain, the discomfort, and when are you able to sleep comfortable? So I was able to sleep comfortable like once I was like 1 week post-op. You know, it didn't hurt for me to lay down or get up. But let me tell you guys, that first week, it was so painful for me to lay down, get up. Like, it was really a process. But once I was like 6 days post-op, 7 days post-op, everything was back smooth. And so that's also around the time my pain began to go away as well. Once I reached like 6 days post-op, you know, it wasn't really painful anymore. My body was just more so stiff. Like, it was just like really stiff. And like when it was time for me to go in the car, come out the car, my body was super stiff. But besides then, like, I had no pain. Like, so basically like 1 week post-op. Question number 10. When can I waist train / workout after BBL? So my doctor did recommend that we can begin working out 6 weeks after BBL. And so that's also when I begin to go back to work and, you know, just begin to go back outside. So that's when you can begin to work out. 6 weeks is what my doctor recommended. As far as waist training, and at 3 months post-op is when you can begin to waist train, just because that's when your stomach is beginning to attach itself. Because when you get lipo, your stomach is apart. So once you're like 3 months post-op, your stomach is attaching. You're able to waist train. You're able to begin wood therapy and all of that. And so just give your body time to heal before you get in that waist trainer, girl. Don't worry, because I'm excited. I've like I dipped and dabbled into waist training, but I'm about to go hard because like it's time. I'm 3 months post-op, so I'm able to waist train. So yeah, I'm about to go real hard soon. Question 11, have you started fluffing? To be honest, so I do have my measuring tape right here. Now, I don't think I've actually hit my fluff stage yet. Like, when I was doing my research, I seen some doctors say 6 to 8 weeks. Some doctors say like 12 weeks. But when I spoke to a girl that went to my doctor and got a BBL, she didn't start fluffing until 7 months post-op. And the crazy part is she's actually sent me pictures, so I saw the process. Like when she was like 3 months post-op, like where I'm at right now, her butt, like it was obviously bigger because she got surgery, but it didn't fluff out yet. Like it was still pretty tight. But when she sent me that picture 7 months post-op, it really fluffed out. So I really, the fluffing process is a thing, but I feel like as far as when you're gonna begin to fluff, like I feel like everybody is different. As far as for me, I don't think I hit my fluff stage yet. Let me measure. Yep, my hips are still at a 43, so I did not hit my fluff stage yet. But on Instagram, you know, just seeing that it took her a while to fluff, then hopefully my fluffing period come real soon, because baby, we need to get these hips back to a 45, okay? Question number 12. Would you consider a round 2? Oh my gosh, to be honest, I don't even know, like, and the only reason why I say that is because it does take up to a year to see a final result. And like I just said, I haven't even hit my fluffing stage yet. And so these are just things that you want to kind of consider before you go rushing into a round 2. So I really cannot say, like, if 1 year post-op come or I really see that I'm not hitting my fluffing stage, then I don't know, because I'm going to be real with you guys. I just fell in love with that swollen look, maybe a little bit too much. Like I said, my hips right now is at a 43, but 45 would have been perfect. Like if my hips would have stayed at a 45, that would have been perfect. So it's like, as far as around 2, I don't know. Part of me is like yes, part of me is like no. And you know, the reason why I'm like kind of on the fence too is because I'm only 26. So I feel like to get multiple rounds of BBL before you even have kids may be too much, because think about it, our bodies still have to grow as women. And so honestly don't know, but I'm just like, that 45, we got to get back to that 45. So hopefully my fluffing stage hits, hopefully. If not, then I don't know, but honestly don't know. I can't say yes or I can't say no. Next question is, has the attention changed when you're in public? Yes. Now don't get me wrong, I've always gotten attention, but it has changed. But the biggest difference that I see, the biggest change that I see is mostly when I'm at work. Like obviously because I work at a nightclub, like now I make more money, so that's definitely not a myth. Like if you like work nightclub, if you're a bartender, if you're a bottle girl, if you dance or whatever, or if any job where your looks important, model, urban model, like whatever it is, you will definitely see a difference when it comes to money, okay? Because my income increased drastically, not just in a nightlife, but everywhere. Like everything just increased drastically. And so I've seen a difference for sure with the amount of money I make. And with some type of men, yes, obviously they're gonna treat you different, because like now you popping out with the body, you guys know how that go. And so in all aspects of my life, work, dating, random men on the street, yes, for sure there is a difference, okay? It is a difference, which I do plan on doing a sit down video, and I'm gonna get into details about all of that, okay? Like we're gonna talk about all of that, because there's some things that I really have to touch on, and so it's coming soon. And so next question is, somebody asked again, would you consider round 2 / do this again? Like I said, I'm gonna be real with you guys, I honestly do not know. Like we're just gonna see if this fluffing process happens. We're gonna wait till my body heal, and we're gonna see. And the last question is, any regrets in your process so far? Now, to be 100% honest, no, I have no regrets whatsoever. I honestly, I love my BBL. My doctor did a great job. I have no regrets at all. Like that's why when I see negative comments on some of my videos, like, oh my gosh, you're getting surgery, this, that, I just ignore it, because I love it. I do not have any regrets whatsoever. Like I'm happy with the doctor that I chose, the surgery clinic center I went to, everything, like the recovery house I stayed at, the place where I bought my faja, like just everything in general. Like to be honest, I have no regrets whatsoever. Like, so much for watching this video. Please hit that subscribe button. Follow your girl on Instagram at glamdoll_Patrica. Subscribe, and I will see you guys